You know, believe it or not, I used to not be such a weirdo. I used to run a pretty normal YouTube channel. Please help, people would say to me. Please help me be a better invader, Sane Ryan. And then I would help them, and I became the Helper Man. Later on, I would become the Nightmare Man. But now, right now, I'm the Helper Man. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you. But be prepared, dear viewer. You may not agree with the things that I'm going to say. I've seen it. I've read the YouTube comments. I've read them for 6 years. I'll keep reading them. You'll keep saying them. Not you specifically. You will eventually change your mind. But you'll say them right now, and you'll believe them. And you'll say to yourself, I will never change my mind. But then you will change your mind. You're going to say, what you're advocating is dishonorable. To which I say, yes, it is dishonorable. I am aware of that. I am invading. I am not trying to duel. I am not trying to be an honorable person in the video game. I am playing a role-playing game, Elden Ring, and my character that I'm playing is trying to go into other people's games and kill them, right? And he's not honorable. There's no honor to this. He's not an honorable person, right? And I have some builds that are sneaky, rogues, thieves, liars, deceivers. Sometimes they're, a knight who's, seen the dark side and it's changed, who cares? It's a video game. All right, but the point is, today we're talking about the level. How well do you know the level? Because it's important. They were at what I call the second entrance to the fire giant. It's the level it's the entrance that is above the grace. Down here, on the first level, there's this giant hand. And in its rush, in its hurry to greet you warmly and give you a high five, it will splatter you and destroy you. And if you know where this hand is at, and you know that this hand is triggered to fall onto a bird and splat it before it starts looking for people, and you know to listen for the hand. See, you've got your back turned to the hand, right? You need to listen. You need to know what sounds you're hearing. How well do you know the level? This becomes important. Now, on the subject of the honorable thing, those people made a decision. They could have just walked into that boss fight, as soon as I showed up. They chose not to. To them, fighting the invader 3 versus 1 was more important or fun than going into that boss fight. That invasion ended as it should have, with that host walking into the boss fight to start the boss fight. But he could have done that at the very start and saved himself some time and some friends. So, yeah. Not every co-opper is a ganker, but there are times when co-oppers are presented with the choice to gank or to co-op, and sometimes they choose to gank. Now, these two, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm going to drink this wondrous physic here that gives me 10 seconds of immunity to magic, any sort of elemental damage, as well as infinite poise for 10 seconds. Now, once this physic is over, now we're back into it, okay? I can't win this now. This dude is like fat rolling. This, whatever guy, Bloodhound Fang, he's fat rolling. But, his buddy's got Moonveil, right? So, I can't really take advantage of that to the degree that I would like to. But they have these spells. Now, you'd think he'd be easy to punish for that. But when you have a friend with Moonveil, all of your dreams become reality. It's hard to punish a fat roller if the guy standing next to him has Moonveil. But let's Stars of Ruin and Elden Stars. Can we make this work for us? The answer is yes, because Elden Stars has insane tracking that goes forever. There's a big troll over here. Did you know that? Did you know there's a big sleepy troll over here? Well, there is. And if you walk over here, while Elden Stars is chasing you around, it'll wake him up and make him mad. And I don't know it yet, and the people I'm playing against don't know it yet, but this invasion is now over. That is how I win this invasion, is by waking up that giant. There's also a harpy lady. I call them harpies. because they have this, you know, they sing their little song, and they have like a little wail of the banshee attack that they can do. So I don't know what they are. They're like bat women, but like half human, half bat women. But I call them harpies. Anyway, there's one of those over here. And that thing is brutal, as I pointed out. It has that wail of the banshee thing that it does. And I don't know how much damage it's quote-unquote coded to do, but it will kill you. I don't know that I have characters. I think I have characters that like at like 125 and above that that can survive it, but not anything other than those. So like 60 vigor in order to get through that attack. But anyway, how well do you know the level? Do you know the level well enough to know that there's a troll over here? Part of building an invader is not, for me, it's, you know, I don't have people drop me stuff. So I'm like exploring and looking around, and I want to know where stuff is at. It's important because I know I'm going to be doing invasions later on. So the more stuff that I know that potentially my opponents don't know, the better we are. I mentioned builds earlier, and I guess some people might be saying, what build is this? This is my level 133 quality build, and it's 133. That's like a meta level invader. If you wanted to do meta level duels, you would go to 125 because that's meta level. But 133 invades down to 125. It actually invades down to 120, which is what meta used to be in the old Souls games, and it's just an old habit that I haven't gotten out of. So this character is level 133. And this is sort of like I'm invading meta level players, so I'm going to take any sneaky, underhanded tactic that I can, and I'm going to take those extra levels. In theory. In practice, what actually happens is the people you're all invading are level 140 or 150 anyway, because you can invade that high up, no problem. Hey, how well do you know the level? Do you know that there's a big hole? And that you can fall down the hole? Don't fall down the hole. How well do you know the level? You gotta know it. You have got to know that level that you're invading in. You know? Here we go. What's over here? I'll spoiler alert. While editing this video, I cut out the part where I ran up on them, and I saw that the ants, the winged ants, there's like 5 or 6, I saw that they were already dead. So we can't use that. Now there's a little gargoyle over here. He'll breathe a little fire against I think this is triple Moonveil. No, I'm sorry, it's double Moonveil and 1 Bloodblade Katana. Is what it is. There's a little gargoyle, there he is, he'll breathe a little fire. But that's not who we're interested in. That's not who we care about. You have to learn the difference between a strong enemy and a good enemy. A strong enemy, like the gargoyle, he can do a lot of damage, so he's strong, but he's not necessarily a good enemy for an invader, because his fire breath can hit you as an invader. So he's strong, but not good. Any enemy that can hit you when you're the invader is strong, but not good. Basilisks, on the other hand, good. They can't hit you. And you can't get death blighted by other, you can't be death blighted by the basilisk's breath. So that's just a good enemy. So this is where we want them to be, is with the basilisks. Once again, you see the poise physic with the damage conversion, and look at that. Suddenly, I have 1 less Moonveil that I have to worry about. How nice is that? It's very nice. And that's all it takes. Suddenly, there are no Moonveils for me to worry about. Suddenly, there is only Blood Blade Katana. That's all we have to worry about now. Back on the subject of the build that I'm using, this is a quality build, meaning equal parts strength and dex. And you can find a video going over this build if you go to my channel, if you go to the playlists. Look for Elden Ring builds and weapon showcases, I think is what it's called, or build showcases, and look for like the earliest quality video. and it'll go over this build. This is not a good build, but this is like not a good build on purpose. This is just one of my favorite builds in all of the From Software games, is to just run a quality build. You'd be much better off, you know, instead of going like, I think I'm close to like 50 strength, 50 dex. You would be better off going 26 strength, 70 dex, or 26 dex, 70 strength, something, you know. You would be better off going that route, rather than going quality. But I actively chose to make the build worse for the purposes of these invasions. I didn't want to have to be like running, you know, top tier meta strats. And now, granted, I win invasions differently than people who run that stuff. You know, they might be able to just run in and just beat the hell out of somebody, and they've got like the superior firepower to back that up. So what I'm depending on is superior knowledge of the game, right? And to me, this type of invading is more fun, and this is just purely personal preference. I just like invasions where I'm playing my character, not the character I saw in a YouTube video. But, you know, it's everybody's preference is different. You know, do what you want to do. But even if you are running one of those, like, you know, heavy meta type of builds, you know, you can still stand to learn some stuff. So I'm just weaving these dudes through all of these projectiles, and I'm trying to keep them mad and focused, because I don't want them to know where we're going, because I am going to take them to the Nightmare Man. Do you guys know the Nightmare Man? A lot of people will be like, I would simply cast heal when the Nightmare Man showed up at my house. And like, that's cool, bro, but not everybody's a faith build. Not everybody knows about the Nightmare Man. But they learn. They learn about the Nightmare Man. How well do you know the level? And do you know the Nightmare Man? These are important questions for any invader to ask themselves. And look into your own heart and find the answer. Thanks for watching the video. Stop sucking. I'll see you later. Until next time. Later, y'all.